This video will be talking about how to deal with other people's anger. So let's say you have somebody that you start to notice that they're raising their voice and they're getting angry and agitated. How do you really deal with that anger? And a lot of people's natural instinct is to deal with anger by getting angry, to match their emotional response, using mirror neurons to recognize, and empathy to recognize that, wow, somebody's angry. Now I'm going to be angry in return so that I can match their level and speak to them the way that they're speaking to me. Now, while this is a natural instinct, it's definitely not a constructive way to communicate. A lot of times the actual message that's trying to be communicated is lost in translation when two people are just angry. A lot of times there will just be insults thrown. There will be a lot of confusion regarding the actual message that's trying to get across. So, what's the better way to communicate here? How do you really deal with someone else who's angry? And the way to do this is to remain calm. And actually, by remaining calm when someone is getting angry is using your own willpower to remember that you are in control of how you react to someone's anger. And you're actually in control of your own feelings as well, how you feel in any given situation. So when someone is acting in an angry manner and their voice is being raised and they're starting to talk a little bit faster too because they're feeling agitated and their heart's beating faster and they're trying to get the message out there and they're getting sort of angrier and they're starting to possibly yell. When they get to that point, and it's probably not going to be like a little choo-choo train like that last example. Either they might just go straight to the very loud yelling, or you might notice an agitated and increased rate of speech and a higher pitched voice, maybe a louder voice. How do you deal with that? Well, saying calm down might be an instinctual response, but that's not really the best response. You're trying to command an angry person and tell them what to do. And probably when you say calm down, you'll be using it in an angry tone. So that's not the best way to approach the situation. So if you notice someone starting to get angry, the best thing to do is just take a few deep breaths yourself and think about things that help calm you down. And at this point, you can probably go ahead and just stop listening to the angry person because they're not going to be communicating their messages effectively anyways. So simply thinking of ways to remain calm, and then also saying to the person, you seem angry, and I understand that you're angry. How can I help you calm down? And how can I help you? So how can I help you, and how can I help you calm down? And when you say those things and you're in a calm state of mind, it'll help the person who is angry recognize that their message is not going to be conveyed effectively in those instances. And it will help them to calm down when you're calm and you're asking them how you can help them. That way they know that you're an ally and that you're not an opponent, and that you are here to help them and be constructive with them and find constructive solutions to problems. Those are a few different ways of dealing with somebody else who's angry. Another thing you can do is say, you seem to be upset. I say we take a time out from the situation, we pause the situation, and we talk about this later. So using some of those anger management techniques. Now that one's not going to be as useful because if they haven't had any anger management training, the reason that they're reacting to this situation right now is because and the reason they're getting angry is because they want the situation resolved as soon as possible. That's why they're resorting to these angry techniques and this hostility, is because they feel like the problem is not being solved when they're being calm and rational. So they feel the need to resort to irrationality and psychological manipulation, almost, if you will, in order to get what they want. So those are a few different techniques which you can use to help deal with other people in your life or in different situations who seem to be very angry. And then focusing on solving the problems at hand and asking the individual what it is that's making them angry specifically, and then trying to help them solve the problem. Okay,